Are you a busy professional looking to grow wealth in the stock market, but you don't even know where to start? Well, this channel is for you, my friend, specifically this video. Now, I am here to talk about something that a lot of people don't consider when they're building wealth. And I was listening to a audiobook the other day. You know I do a lot of audiobooks. And so my newest book is Tax-Free Wealth. Is it Tom? I can't remember the author's name. I come up on here and I know the name and it just goes. I think it's Tom. Anyways, he was Robert, I can't say his last name. Rich Dad Poor Dad's Robert. He was his CPA. Now, I am not too far in the book, but I'm very impressed already. And so one of the things that the author talks about in the book is a lot of people, we're like, oh, I'm ready for wealth. Let's build this wealth. Let's get this money, And we forget to think about one thing. What do we forget to think about? Well, before I go any further, I do have to put this plug in here. If you are digging this channel and if you're digging this video so far, please stop what you're doing. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Like, share, and, spread the knowledge. All right, we're back. Okay, so, of course, what is it that we don't think about when we're building wealth? A lot of people forget taxes. Yes, tax season is upon us. Depends on when you're watching this video, right? But we think about, we need to get to this money, but Uncle Sam is going to get his part of the money if we're not careful, if we don't think about how we're going to come up with our tax plan. Now, I am not a CPA. I'm not a tax expert. Like I just told you, I'm just reading the book and I'm relaying some of the information because it blew my mind. And this is why it's important. I talked about knowledge in one of my videos. It's important to really build your knowledge when it comes to building wealth. And taxes. You are right. Of course, we are taxed when we buy something. But before we even buy something, we're taxed when we work for something. Jesus. We're taxed when we earn income. We're taxed when we spend that income that we already were taxed when we earned it. And then we're taxed again when we buy. So much tax, sometimes I can't keep up, right? Because you got to go back and file tax. But at any rate, we're taxed on a lot of things many times. So, of course, when you're building your wealth, taxes are involved. Now, in the book, in this chapter, I think it was the first or second chapter, he was explaining that, what the wealthy does. And I talk a lot about investing in the stock market, but he made this comparison. I'm going to be honest with y'all. So he made this comparison where if you invest 10K in the stock market versus 10K in real estate, he was explaining that real estate has more like depreciation and all these different type of things. And that is true. Real estate is one of the avenues of investing that all of the wealthy folks I've researched, they have. So you can actually do it hand in hand. You can do the stock market and real estate. But we're going to do the real estate video another time. This video is to talk about taxes. But the example was, so if you invest, let's say 10K in the stock market, or you put a 10K down payment on a home, the 10K in the stock market will be taxed, let's say at 20%, hypothetically, right? Because it's, of course, taxed based on whatever gains you get. That's going to be taxed based on income. There we go. So after tax, you make about 8K, right? $80,000. And this is just hypothetical numbers. It's 10K, your money grew to 10K, right? And so you're going to pay whatever the appreciation in your money, you're going to pay 20%, which is, let's say, 20K. So you're going to take home about 8K. 8K meaning $8,000. 20K meaning $10,000. Sorry about that lingo. Right? So you're taking home $8,000 after tax. Okay? Which and while, if you were to invest in real estate, this was crazy. So you might not make a high return. I think I'm missing the part where he talked about, you invest a certain amount of money and you get, let's say, a 20% return, or a 10% versus a 7% return. So in the initial phase, investing in the stock market may seem like it gives you more money than your return when you invest in a home, which oftentimes is the case, right? First glance, the stock market will give you a higher return than your appreciation in value for the home, depending on how much you put in, of course. But if you put in a set amount, that's typically the case. But after taxes, after you file your taxes, it's a little different. There's this thing called depreciation in your home. That's, oh my goodness. When he was telling us, I mean, I've heard about depreciation in the home, the value of the home. I mean, I own a home and I've seen it. But when he put it in a perspective of investing in, different avenues, he was showing why investing in this one is better. But anyways, the purpose of this video is for us to consider tax strategies when we're building wealth. So for instance, for someone like us, for busy professionals who want to grow money in the stock market, it might be beneficial, as one of my coaches will say, advantageous. She says it so nicely. It might be advantageous of us if we consider investing in real estate as well. And I'm not talking about REITs. REITs are still considered stocks. So you're still going to be paying taxes on your gains, right? So I am talking about regular real estate because that's where the depreciation will come in. So it might be advantageous. Sound like her. Let's think about her right now. It might be advantageous for us to consider investing in real estate as well. I don't know that investing, and I wouldn't say invest in real estate alone, but invest in it as well so you can get some of those tax credits and deductions, in conjunction with your profits and your gains in the stock market. But the moral of the story here is make sure you come up with or think about tax strategies when it comes to building wealth, because Uncle Sam is going to get his if you do not consider your tax strategies. Now, thank you for watching. Be sure to spread this knowledge because, of course, we're on this journey to bridge the wealth gap, and we would love to start that with you. So if you don't mind, share this video with someone that you know who is ready to build their wealth. And don't forget to click the link below to join our webinar, our free webinar that we have weekly, or just grab our PDF, it's free as well, of the 5 ultimate moves to dominate the stock market, even if you're a busy professional. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, see ya.